Hi everyone, welcome back to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host Iggy, and I'm back again after a week's absence. I was in the hospital for a couple days. Nothing serious, just blood pressure issues. So I'm glad to be back and able to present to you some more things. And today we're going to be looking at 172 scale vehicles by Forces of Valor, or Unimax, sometimes known just as Unimax. And these vehicles I bought over a period of time in the early 2000s at Target. And what I would do is every payday I would go to Target. And since I was working two jobs, I was getting the checks were staggered, so I was getting paid every week. And I would go in and I would pick up one of these and sometimes two, and I would get a book and a music CD, and that's why Iggy is broke, because I spent all my money on frivolous things like this. You could tell I wasn't married because a wife would just not tolerate this at all. So if you want a nice collection of vehicles, get a divorce. And then get yourself a dog. I'm kidding, guys. Don't do that. Well, no, that might not be a bad idea for some of you. Anyway, um, I loved my wife. I just didn't like her boyfriend. Bum bum. Anyway, let's get to business, okay? So I would pick up one of these, and what you see before you now is the German vehicles that I bought. And I did buy some American ones, which I'll show you in a subsequent video. I'll give you a quick view of that over here. Some American and Soviet vehicles, not a whole lot, but a few. And these are, like I mentioned, 172 scale. So to give you some idea of the difference in scales, what I'll do is I'll compare this Panther, which by the way is not Unimax. It's I think it's made by Dragon. No, there's no marking. I think it's Dragon or DML. So I have a Johnny Lightning Panther tank. You see here. And it's HO scale. And look at the size difference between the two. This one is 187. This one is 172. So you might ask, well, how do you know that's HO scale? Well, it might actually be a little smaller than HO scale. But here we have a Rocco mini tank Panther. And I compared the two. And it's just roughly the same size as the... I'm sorry, let me change the lighting here. It's always an issue with the lighting. Okay, so here's the Rocco mini tank, and here's the Johnny Lightning, and they're virtually the same size. The Panther, this one might have a slightly larger turret. Anyway, let's put that back. I showed you the Rocco mini tanks in a video, in one of my very earliest videos. However, it wasn't done very well. I was kind of lazy about it because at the time I had like 20 people watching me, and I was thinking, I might not do this much longer. Anyway, you guys deserve to have a better video than that one. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys deserve a better video than this one. But Iggy is not the best production artist, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at these. So there's actually several. Oh, the top shelf that you see here is all Dragon models. We got an SDKFC 251 medium personnel carrier with a machine gun mounted on the back and also on the front. Let's bring this in. Then next up is an Elephant. These got slaughtered at the Battle of Kursk, and the reason being is that they didn't have any protection for close combat. So when Russian infantry got close to this, they didn't have much trouble destroying it. There's no machine guns, so that was a severe design flaw. And they didn't produce very many of these elephants. I guess they could have. Well, now wait a minute, guys. There is a machine gun there. You see that right there? The big fingers in the way. When I was reading about this, they said they didn't have any, so I don't know. Somebody is not telling the truth. So there's the Elephant. And it's based on I believe, a Tiger chassis. All right, the next one up is a Panther. And like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, this is a Dragon model. Wait, this might not be Dragon either. Unfortunately, none of the Dragon models are marked. But I was also able to buy these Dragon models at a hobby store, and I think I got, I'm not sure, but I think I got some at Target. I know for a fact that I got the Unimax at Target. Okay, so I don't have many Panthers. I just have one other, and my brother gave it to me for Christmas. I don't know who made it. It was die cast, and the barrel broke off. So I found a barrel on eBay. Oh, jeez. On eBay, and my brother put it together for me, and I selected a paint scheme that I wanted, and he sent it back completely repaired and painted. But for some reason, I decided I didn't like the camo pattern that I had chosen earlier, so I repainted it, and I'm not talented like my brother, so it looks really horrible. So I decided not to include it up here. And the next one up is a Tiger one. So we got the two big cats up in a row there. There's the Tiger one. And then the next one, let me take this down so you can see it up close. It's a Sturmgeschütz with side skirts. And there's the Sturmgeschütz with side skirts. Has a 7.5 centimeter or 75 millimeter gun. It's a tank destroyer. Has a very low profile. These were fairly successful for the Germans, and they produced quite a number of them compared to other vehicles. That's one of the reasons for Allied success, is that they produced mass quantities of tanks compared to the Germans. For instance, they produced like 50,000 of these Sherman tanks. I remember talking to my landlord about his experiences during the war. And he's kind of reluctant to speak about it. Um, in fact, he got really mad when I said that I thought von Stauffenberg was a hero, and his face turned purple and he was shaking. He said, "He was a traitor, a traitor." I thought he was going to kill me. Anyway, I should have known better because he had been in the Hitler Youth, and I suspect that he was in the SS. At any rate, what was I telling you that story for? Here goes Iggy again. Oh, he was talking about how the Russians showed up and attacked, and I'm assuming it was the Oder River because he was 16, I believe, in 1944, so it's probably the Oder River. And he said that they destroyed 13 tanks, and the next day they came back with twice as many, and they were all Shermans. And he said, "Why did you give them those?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't do it." God. Anyway, so he was pretty bitter about that. All right, so the next lineup is SDK FC 251 with rocket launchers on the side. And in the Forces of Valor brochure that came with each toy that you bought, it lists this as an Aufsteh mit Thurwaven. I can't. Here, I'll show it to you because I'm butchering the German language here. That's this one right here. Let me see if I slow down and not be so nervous. Aufsteh mit 5 Rahmen 40. Aufsteh mit 5 Rahmen 40. Aufsteh mit 4 Rahmen 40. 5 Rahmen. Okay, I'll stop. I'll get comments from my German followers to stop it. Anyway, that has the rocket launchers on the sign. There's 6 in total. And let me see if I can hold one up for you. Bring it over to the light. There you go. That's pretty cool. And the rockets were pretty fat looking. It does come with the rockets too. It's just that I have them with the soldiers right now. I might show you the soldiers. I might show you the soldiers. Listen here, punk. If you talk like this, you're gonna get shot, you see? You punk. You filthy animal. I'm in a weird mood today. I guess because I have to work tonight. And I'm not happy about that. But anyway, there's the Tiger 2 in front of you. The Allies referred to this as the King Tiger. I want to show you something. One of the hazards of keeping things in storage is that due to temperature changes and stuff, the track dried out and snapped, so this tank has thrown a track. So what I was thinking about doing is putting gluing a rubber band, putting them together as closely as I can, and connect it with a rubber band and paint it black and then slip it back onto the track or on the road wheels. But that's a hazard. Also the antennas, I don't think you can see the antenna here. It's right there. But they get bent or snap off. So that's another problem with storage. Now, an easy way to tell a difference between a Forces of Valor vehicle and a Dragon vehicle is in the back row, top row, you see a Panther, which is Dragon, and then in front of it is the Unimax, or Forces of Valor, and they always have a tank commander hanging out of the hatch, as you see there, with the Tiger 2 as well. And this is the Normandy paint scheme. They also released a Russian front paint scheme, but I don't think I bought any of those. I didn't have a lot of financial resources, and I was spread out over 132, 172, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Batman. I was doing way too many things. I was trying to keep up with my friend Doug, and that became impossible. Doug just had way too much. So each of the Forces of Valor came with a pamphlet, so you could keep track of what vehicles they were making. I think the only ones I didn't buy were this Eastern Front. Can you see that? This Eastern Front T-34, this Churchill, and the Eastern Front Tiger, which is where I saw it a minute ago. By the way, I didn't buy any of the modern vehicles. They don't hold much interest for me. I did buy these little figure sets, but I didn't get the landing craft. I should have done. They also made aircraft. Here's the soldier sets. I bought those. And I bought one aircraft, and it was a Stuka. You don't see it on here. This one. Bought that one. Okay, guys. I'm sorry to be rambling on so much. My next video will be the Soviet and American vehicles. And I appreciate the new subscribers. I hope I didn't bore you to tears this time. I tend to ramble sometimes. When my thinking gets fuzzy, I do that. But anyway, I'll present the Soviet and American vehicles. And I appreciate you being patient and sticking with me with this one. I thank you for subscribing, and any likes that you would like to give, that would be appreciated too. So happy trails, guys. Take care of each other. Watch your blood pressure. You don't want to be in the hospital. It's not fun. They poke you every 2 hours. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye now.